Okay, what's up guys? I just want to make a quick video just showcasing this cool operating system. Um it's called Nintendo ES and yeah, it's been a operating system I've been looking at for a while and yeah, I've just been wanting to show off. So this operating system it was kind of worked on in like the early to late 2000s, and it was kind of meant to be a research operating system, but it is a full x86 operating system that can be run on really any computer that is being if you can compile it for what you need it to be compiled for, which is quite hard to do. I've tried. I was going to compile it and run it myself, but I can't. But don't worry, I've got that figured out. I've got another way I'm gonna do it. But yeah, um, so there's that. There's a few articles online. Um, I don't really have them at the moment, but this is one of the PDFs here, and yeah, so you can see it's all in Japanese because this is Japanese. Also, it literally is copyrighted by Nintendo, so it's like yeah, it's an actual Nintendo operating system, legitimately. I'm not joking, like full Nintendo. Anyways, here's the English version. I ran it through Google Translate. I don't know how accurate it is because I've heard that Google Translate isn't that accurate, but it should give a good idea. That's what it is. And so you can kind of see here, it's almost like a research paper to a degree, and you can see, it shows all the stuff about it and everything. And yeah, it's fully open source. I forgot to mention that it's fully open source, and it's very similar to like what you'd see in like I don't know how else to put it other than like indie operating system. It's very much the same way. Although I do know that at some point a company known as Israel got involved. So if you go here, I have all this stuff. Here's a Reddit post talking about it. I haven't opened this in a while. Here's a wiki page talking about it. Yeah, Israel um company, and yeah, here's other stuff about it. But here's a Foswire post. It shows a squeak port, which I think is really cool. I don't know how to do that. And yeah, it's from Nintendo Research and Development. Um, Here it was originally hosted on sourceforge.jp or this. So here's some more about that. Although it's completely down now, and it really makes it kind of obscure. And then here's another article from Game Developer talking about it. Um, and yeah, so there's some more about that. And then here's the Google Code archive of it. Boom. Um, ES. Here's the GitHub repo for it, which is what I've used or tried to use. There's that. And then here's a archive.org um talking about it, and this is on the SourceForge, the website. And so you see all this, and I think we get to do it in order to get it to work is just to compile like all this has to come together. Um, Hang on, I should have seen this beforehand, but it's not archived, so that kind of sucks. Um, yeah, I should see if I can get that working. Sorry, I haven't looked at this tab grip in a while, and also I'm closing out stuff. There's that, and then here's this. So you can kind of see a little bit more about it. Also, I'm closing out the tabs, and I shouldn't be closing out tabs. So sorry if I'll try to link everything here. If not, the link's right here. So yeah, there's that. Just thought I'd say that real quick. And yeah, so there's the document. I'll also have this link somewhere, probably to Google Drive or something. And yeah, so I'm gonna open this up. It's probably gonna show here. This is so while I run it, I can have it. And yeah, so let's go ahead and run it and go through it and everything. This is what I've been wanting to make for a while. I've just been putting it off for different reasons. But because it's really cool pre-configured virtual machine, I'll show you in a second, called Virtual OS Museum. It makes it possible. It has some sort of pre-compiled version of it. And so here's a boot up process. It's very fast because it's a very simple operating system. Sorry if you could hear that. That's me drinking water. And so here is ES. It's very simple. It executes a shell.js file and it shows the RAM, everything. And that's a YY parse thing, which when I was compiling, I was getting a lot of errors about it. But yeah, so back here you have the Virtual OS Museum. Very cool thing. It just has a very bunch of like cool like gimmick operating systems. I don't know if I said this before, but operating systems like Nintendo ES and other operating systems listed here are the reason why I enjoy studying operating systems and looking into them and making my own, because of fun, quirky operating systems like this. So, back to Nintendo ES. If you want to see a video on Virtual OS Museum, I can definitely do that. But, yeah, this video is focusing, obviously, on Nintendo ES. So, looking at the wiki, we have quite a few different files, or we have a few different commands here. Although, I don't think this version of ES was compiled with Squeak, so I don't have a graphical interface to show you. But yeah. So here we have, hang on, I gotta find a good one to show off. What if I just did, yeah. It also, like, it literally just, there's no help command. Sorry, help. There's no help command. It's literally just says undefined. So, if you do, like, ls, it shows different things. If you go to, like, cd file, ls, has all this different stuff. And, like, change the directory back, I don't know how to do that either. And then if you do another, hang on. I'm just trying to find good ones to show off. So if you do figure, it's a very basic operating system, especially without Squeak. It just draws different graphs to the screen. And, you know, of course in Japanese too, because it is Nintendo. And if you do clear, yeah, it gets rid of it. So if you do, you can program, in it. And so, yeah. So like here I can do, this is an example program, I'm just going to copy it. It gets the date. I don't know JavaScript, so believe that's it. Yes. And then yeah, okay. So, this says, it's just invoking the file and then, declare the variable, telling it to the um put the date in the variable string and then writing string, I think, and then new line and then the getting the length of the string. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what this part is. I think that's a new line. But yeah, I've been learning mainly C sharp. So there's that, and then you can edit a part of it by doing edit. But I think you need to invoke a file for that. I don't want to edit anything. Yeah, it's gonna be like let's do this because I screwed it up. Although I will say it's a little weird how they don't just have the OS Museum as a separate program, and then because it's like virtualization of a virtual machine. Never mind, that sounds weird, but you get the point. You're virtualizing a host for another VM. That's what I'm trying to say, and I think that's really weird. Also, there's a part of ES. I'll go ahead and put this back over here. You can run ES software components as Linux applications too. Um, and then like here, I'll just show you like Squeak doesn't work because I don't think it was compatible with Squeak. Um, yeah. What if you do exit? It just freaks out. Yeah. But yeah, I think this is really cool. And this operating system is very niche, if you will. Yeah, I'm using modern slang. Very night not night niche. Um, so being able to I think being able to cover it, and this is probably being able to cover it is very cool. And also, when I had first looked into this thing and I saw Nintendo ES on there, this program had only been out for 2 days. So I think, and of course it's been a few days now since it's been released, but I think it's safe to say this program is the most recent attention this operating system has gotten, considering 2008, and I don't think it's been touched. Like the Google Code repo hasn't been touched in several years. So yeah, but yeah, if you want to see more from about like this specific like virtual OS museum, it's very cool. Like you can see here, like there's a Russian Soviet company, both periods. Yes, I know there's a difference between Russia and Soviet Union. Um, and like there's NASA here, stuff like that. Very cool. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about Nintendo ES. If you want to see more, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it back up. If you want to see more about Nintendo ES, I don't really know what else to do. It's a very basic operating system, but I think overall it was just trying to like implement JavaScript into an operating system kind of early on. That's kind of what I was seeing in my little bit of research that I've done on it. Um, Mainly just trying to put it out here with the video. Trying to put it out there with this video. Um, and yeah, I just think it's a really cool operating system, mainly considering the developers and its history. But yeah, thank you for watching the video. Um, if you liked videos like this, make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah. Oh, and one more thing about the OS Museum Watcher. I think it's also really cool because it's made by an OS enthusiast like me. Like he has his own operating system and he's not using Cosmos for it. And it's very cool. But yeah, I'll try and make a separate video on this at some point because this is like the second or third video where my headphones are turned off while I was um doing something. I need to play audio or something in the background. Uh, um, but yeah, if you want to see more from, if I'll try to make a separate video on this. I lost my train of thought completely. But yeah, I'll make sure to do that. And also, I just realized there's Chinese here too. I believe that's Chinese. Maybe it's still Japanese. I just know. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. Maybe just I'm just an uneducated American. Anyways, yeah, that's really all I have to say. Bye bye.